Hello people, just wanted to make a little short video explaining one thing, because I always say I'm a great cook, and I got a lot of people telling me when they see me cooking, if you're such a great cook, why are you using a recipe? Why are you following steps? Because it's simple. Being a great cook is not about remembering every single recipe you've ever made for every single dish. It's about knowing how to taste. Check out my rice. Rice. Wait. Rice. Well, I don't know if you can see my rice, because there we go. Like I was saying, it's not about that. It's about knowing that when you're making a recipe, what you can add to it, just out of instinct, basically. Knowing that chicken, you always use herb de Provence for any poultry, knowing that to make any pork taste better, you use cummins. See my recipe? See all my stuff? Knowing that oil makes things taste differently. From olive oil, let's see, I got olive oil, sesame oil, rice vinegar, sunflower oil. They all have a different taste, different thing to add. Knowing that little simple steps, like for example when you're cooking steak, any kind of steak, which right now I'm making a pork steak, little steps matter, like poking your meat poking your meat with a fork. Just poke it all around, add oil on it, rub it in, add your spices, and let it sit for 10-15 minutes before you cook it. Makes a giant difference, especially with pork. And you people had pork before. You cook it right, you have any idea how hard pork is? It's a hard meat. If you cook it wrong, it comes out hard. Those little steps matter, and those little steps are what make this. See my pork steak? I don't know, I can't see what I'm videotaping, but see? Look at this. Check that out. You try it with your pork. Cook something. See if your pork comes out fork tender like this one. Let me try it. Hold on, let me taste it. Come on, porky. See? And you might think, I don't want to bother doing all of that. I just want to cook something quick. Well, you don't have to spend hours cooking. This steaks have been on my freezer in a bag for over a month. Most people would throw it away and make it, and it would taste awful. It took me 5 minutes to defrost it, poke it, add some oil on it. I put pepper, salt, and some green chili flakes. That was it. Then in the pan, I put oil, which I mix a little bit of sunflower oil with sesame oil. This thing, just the smell of it, it's so good. It brings so much flavor to the meat. This tastes like, well, it smells like used oil. You know, if you have oil and then it goes cold, how that oil smells. But you can smell the flavors from the leftover food. That's how that oil smells. So like I said, put some effort into it, put some little love. It took me 4 or 5 extra minutes longer than it would have taken to make this just regular, and it tastes 100 times better. Then just add some rice and you got dinner.